Okay, let's talk about the brachialis. So, I'm going to start with my biceps and just duplicate it. So the brachialis is a muscle that I wouldn't worry about too much, to be honest. You can see it in life, but it's not having a huge effect. And what it's doing is it's basically helping the biceps and also helping the brachioradialis, which we'll look at later, bend the arm. So in this case, instead of going to the radius and trying to be clever like the biceps is and being a supinator as well as a flexor, it's literally just flexing the arm. So it's starting from, I would say, about halfway down the humerus, somewhere like that, and it's sitting underneath the biceps through there. So it's kind of getting sandwiched there. Now, the amount of brachialis that we're seeing there tells me that maybe I should bring my biceps down like this. If you are constructing things in an equal way, like I'm doing here, what you'll find is that you'll just make massive errors, or at least I do. So if you're anything like me, then you'll make pretty big errors, and then once stuff starts to come together, it becomes much easier to spot those errors. But anyway, brachialis pretty much being like, what would we say that shape is? Like a flattened oval shape, sitting underneath, wedged beneath the biceps, wedged between the biceps and the humerus through there. Now, a lot of the time people think of this as like a sausagey sort of muscle because when you're looking from the outside, that's what it looks like. If you look at it in an anatomy book, it'll look like that. Let's stick our humerus back on through there. So, okay. So this gap isn't making much sense. Let's pull that biceps back through there a little bit, and then let's pull our brachialis back a little bit. So my humerus bone is a little bit fatter than you would expect it to be, so that's going to give us a little bit of weirdness. But when you look in an anatomy book, it basically seems as though your deltoid is transitioning straight into the brachialis. So if you ever wondered what that sausage is, then that's that. But what you'll see in figurative art is typically people will group the biceps and the brachialis in together because they're serving much the same function. So this division line through there is less interesting from an anatomical point of view than the division line on the back, where the brachialis is meeting the triceps, because the triceps are doing the opposite, right, of the biceps and the brachialis. So there's a continuous fight there. So that's where your tension is, that's where your juxtaposition and your dialogue is. So brachialis, just wedged between those. By the way, understanding that wedge also helps you understand the medial viewpoint of the arm, because this throws a lot of people. So we'll revisit this and then just look at how it's crossing over the joint, grabs hold of the ulna somewhere towards the top and comes to the outside of it through there. So pulls that point up to that point, flexes the ulna, helping the biceps and the brachioradialis in that action.